Hello, everyone. My guest today is Nazareno Gorni. After 5 years in a consulting firm, he co-founded a company called MailUp. With his leadership, MailUp has grown to become the top email service provider in Italy. In 2014, MailUp went public, an IPO on the AIM market, and started an M&A path, reorganizing itself with a holding company and 5 business units. Nazareno, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah.
All right. So what is MailUp and what's the revenue model? How do you guys make money?
Yes, actually, the business units, I need to correct you because the business units now are 6. And we just acquired a company 2 days ago. So just a news.
Great. That's great. Yeah. I'm just reading the bio you put in when you book the interview. So you're up to 6 now. We can talk about that in a second. But let's start off at the top. What does MailUp do and how do you make money?
Okay, so MailUp now is a group of technologies. We have different brands, 5, 6 different brands. And the first one was MailUp. So it's an email and SMS service provider that started bootstrapped in Italy 16 years ago. And then after the IPO in 2014, we acquired other companies and we became a group of business units working in the marketing technology space.
And so some of these acquisitions are these like, Mail Cult and some of these other companies?
Yes, not only email, but also we added a company specialized on the wholesale SMS. And lastly, 2 days ago, we acquired a company in the Netherlands that is specialized in the data-driven with AI customer journey management.
That's great. And so today, what's revenue at?
The total revenue is more than 35 million euros.
Okay, 35 million euros. And that is taking last month's revenue and looking forward 12 months, or that's your trailing 12 months revenue?
It's the annual revenue. So if you want to have an idea of the growth rate, since last year, our growth is about 35-37%.
Okay, but just to be clear, your current 35 million number, is that a forward-looking run rate or a historical number?
Historical. Let's say 2018.
Okay, got it. So in 2018, you'll do 35 million, and that's a 35% growth rate year over year.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great. Now, what exactly are you? So you have so many products. Describe your ideal customer to me.
We have 2 different kinds of customers. The marketer. So a marketing department that needs a solution for managing the communication towards their clients. And then we have developers because 2 years ago we launched in San Francisco a startup selling a software component for SaaS companies. So we are selling BE, which is we stand for Best Email Editor, which is a software editor that you can embed in your software application.
And now what is that? Sorry, I don't understand what that means. This is like a drag and drop email marketing editor?
Exactly.
Like MailChimp.
It's just the email editor. We don't deliver anything. It's just the tool to create a message.
Okay. And then how do your customers then deliver it if you don't deliver it for them?
They can deliver it through, for example, with BEEfree, 30% of our clients are delivering through MailChimp, and others through other solutions like Marketo, Adobe, Salesforce, many other solutions.
Okay. So describe to me today, how many customers have you grown the company to?
It's about 20,000 customers.
Okay. So if you're doing 35 million right now in terms of annual run rate, I think that's like 3 million a month or something like that, divided by 20,000 customers. That means each customer pays you about $150 a month, something like that.
Yes, but it's an average because we have clients paying us 1 million euros per year, for example, and client paying us $10 a month. So it's an average.
What are you focused on growing? The enterprise model or the low touch but high volume, low ARPU model?
Yes, we started with low touch and high volume with MailUp at the beginning. Then now we have acquired Akumba Mail, which is a sort of Spanish MailChimp for the low touch market. And they have 45,000 users right now, mostly in the Spanish markets. And we are moving MailUp upmarket, so towards the mid-large enterprise.
Very good.
And with Datatrix, which is the latest acquisition, Datatrix.
Trix, Trix?
Exactly, TRIC. We are moving still up market because it's a solution that uses AI to optimize the communication, omnichannel communication towards clients and users.
And Nazareno, I want to understand kind of a timeline behind all this. When did you launch the company? What year?
2002.
2002. Okay, so what that means you're about 16 years in. Did you before you went public? Did you bootstrap the company or did you raise capital?
Sorry.
That's okay, Nazareno. The question was, before you IPO'd, did you raise capital or did you bootstrap?
No, it's bootstrapped. We invested 15,000 euros at the beginning. 5 founders and 3,000 each.
5,000, 5 founders, 3,000 each, all the way up until when you IPO'd. And then when you IPO'd, how much money did you raise in the IPO?
We raised 3 million euros in 2014. And at that time, our revenue was 6 million euros.
And why? So anyone in the States listening to that is going to be a little alarmed because most companies in the States, when they go public, they're doing 80, 90, 100 million bucks in ARR because it's not worth it to go public smaller than that. There's too much administrative cost. Why'd you decide to go public?
Firstly, we did the IPO on the AIM market, which is an alternative investment market. So it's a subset of the main stock exchange where the procedures are easier and the costs are cheaper. And secondly, Italy is not Silicon Valley, so we don't have a very developed venture capital fund. So we needed to find a way to raise money without having a venture capital around.
Mm-hmm. And then, so you raised that capital, I think, mainly to do acquisitions. Walk me through the first acquisition you did once you went public.
The first one was in Spain. So it was Acumba Mail, which is a sort of Spanish MailChimp, as I said. And it was a very small startup, 100,000 of revenues, annual revenues.
Annual? Oh, wow, really small.
Very small. And now I think they will be more than 1 million. So in just 3-4 years, they were able to do 10x in revenues. And still with a very good profitability because it's around 40% of EBITDA rate. So margins.
Sorry, 40% EBITDA margins?
Yeah.
And where did most of the growth come from? From $100,000 a year up to $1 million per year? Did they just sell Acumba Mail through your user base, and that's where they got a lot of their growth?
No, they were able to grow alone by themselves. So since MailChimp is not very strong in the Spanish market because there is no Spanish version, and that's the gap that they are filling. So if you look for an email service provider in the Spanish markets, you find Acumba Mail. So it's organic growth.
Okay, and what did you pay for the company?
It's about overall, including the earnout. So the 3 years earnout is $1.5 million, more or less.
But that, again, a lot of that it sounds like was tied to the earnout.
Yeah. And now we are introducing Acumba Mail in other markets such as Latin America, where we have other clients and other organizations, and also in Italy. So we are localizing Acumba Mail in the geography where we are stronger.
That's great. Now, that company, when you bought it, did any of the team come with it or just the technology?
No, also the team. There are 2 founders, very young founders, and they are still with us.
And what's your total team size today?
It's 170.
And 117?
Yeah, 170.
170. And is everyone based in Italy?
No, it's about, I think, half or 60% in Italy, and then we have Spain, Denmark, US, Latin America, and Netherlands.
Okay, great. So Italy and remote, very good. And then talk to me about growth. Now, this is obviously tricky because you have so many different products, but no matter what the product is, when you do pay to acquire a new customer, what payback period do you try and optimize for? 6 months, instantly, 12 months? What is it?
It's about 6-7 months.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, it depends on the service because with BEEfree.io, the startup that we have in the US is shorter, much shorter. We have a cost to acquire a client which is very, very low. It's $3-4. So incredibly low. Thanks mostly to Google, because if you look for an email editor on Google, we are one of the first results.
Got it. In the US?
Everywhere.
Anywhere. Oh yeah. Email editor, BEEfree.io is the first thing. And so this company, did you create this from scratch or did you acquire it?
We created it from scratch. Actually, it's a result of a mistake because at the beginning we launched this website to provide a free email editor for everyone without registration. Just use it in order to get leads and try then to sell MailUp, our main service. But actually, it didn't work. So we collected 1 million of users, but no one was willing to buy MailUp. And then we decided to create a premium service and then to launch the B plugin service for SaaS companies. And because we got a lot of requests of companies that asked to use our editor within their application. So now we have about 3,000 SaaS companies using our editor inside their application.
You mean they have an application for people to send emails and they kind of white label your tech in their tool?
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
Very, very cool. And how much revenue is BEEfree doing by itself?
It's more than 1 million now.
That's great. And how many users total?
Paying users could be around, I think, 5,000.
Okay, so pretty healthy. And what enabled you on this site to rank
with
it?
a grow rate of 10% monthly. It's so
healthy.
very good. Yeah.
How did you rank so high for that keyword? Is this just SEO or was there some tactic that you use?
It's actually happened by posting the link to Hacker News. And then we got a lot of comments and good reviews, and a lot of blog and forums and social links from all over the world, from Japan to India to Pakistan. So we got an organic SEO positioning without nothing.
And that was really because you got posted on Hacker News and they backlinked to you.
It all started from Hacker News, yes.
Got it. Very interesting. Okay, very good. Let's wrap up, Nazareno, with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Well, I like The Psychology of Persuasion, Robert Cialdini.
Yeah. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Sorry?
Is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
No, not actually.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building your business besides your own?
Well, I don't use many online tools apart from Gmail, and maybe join me for web conferences.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
I think 7-8 hours.
That's pretty good. And what's your situation? Married, single, kids?
I'm married with 2 kids.
Oh, wow. And how old are you?
It's 8 and 10.
No, how old are you?
Me, it's 45.
45. And last question, what do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
What?
What do you wish you knew when you were 20?
Oh, actually, I had no idea. I'm not used to plan for the future, so I just get what it comes.
Plan a bit better, maybe. There you have it, guys, from Nazareno. Again, launched MailUp back in 2002, and then eventually went public when they had about $6 million in revenue. They raised $3 million going public, have acquired 6 companies since then. Now they have over 20,000 customers. They do $35 million in revenue this year. Each customer paying on average called $100, $150 a month. Obviously, it varies greatly because they have many different product lines, but growing 35% year over year, spending on average 6-7 months on a customer's first year value on acquiring them. So healthy payback period there. Team of 170 people based between Italy and other remote locations. Nazareno, thank you for taking us to the top.
Thank you, Nathan.